So at that point, they just have nothing else to say. And Mike is the only thing I have to say about the low. Oh boy.
Feels a bit too free now.
It's like for
God,
God damn
hold
it.
on.
the thing about the First Amendment, which is like freedom of speech and all that other stuff, is that you have the freedom, and I'm all for it. I'm here with it, right? However, there are consequences to what you say, so you are free to say whatever you want. Just know that if a Danville falls on your head, it's probably because you said something.
Yeah, like free speech does not mean you won't get punished for it. It just means you're allowed to say what you want, but if you say shit that is bad, there's chances you'll get hit.
I just don't know. I don't understand what's why.
I don't.
Like they suck at actually teaching kids a second language. They're really bad at it, like really bad. That it's become a problem. Our educational system has basically.
I freaking learned English on my own accord, for the most part.
I mean,
Yeah, my English is
That's why-
completely self-taught.
That's why people are so surprised that I don't have the accent that's expected from my country.
I'm glad you guys
Yeah,
were
that's
able
fair.
to teach yourself English. I'm trying to teach myself Spanish and Japanese, and like I can speak a little bit of Spanish, but the problem is that there's
Yeah,
nothing.
Japanese is really hard.
Yeah,
I'm trying that as well.
Japanese.
I'm finding Japanese to be more quaint. It's like the inflection of your voice really matters.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's like Mandarin. Mandarin definitely is, but like I'm enjoying myself learning Japanese.
Japanese has a lot of different iterations.
But like
Yeah.
Spanish should be real easy for a lot of people to learn, because not only are there now so many people that speak Spanish in our country, but it's like influential everywhere. Like people speak Spanish everywhere. Yet for some reason in our school system they only teach 3 years of it. 3. Just 3, and it's not even mandatory to graduate.
Not a lot. Well, over here you need to learn English if you want to graduate. It is required because, well,
Right.
English is kind of the universal language.
That sucks though, and
Yeah.
Except for certain
Rix has
countries.
correctly joined the
Yeah.
channel.
I mean,
But it's like over here, like English won't be enforced, but they want everyone to at least learn it because, well, and to an
No.
extent, it is the universal language, as was said. And while it's not impossible that even though in Quebec it's mainly French that is spoken, you do get the occasional English person, which you need to be able to communicate with, especially if you
Yeah.
work like with other people.
Because the funny thing in Japan, if you're able to speak Japanese over there, they love that.
Yeah.
they'll also, however, they also, I've been learning more and more about Japan as a culture from my pen pal over there, and well, he he says he wants to move to the U.S. I told him don't do that, right?
Yeah,
Don't
good
do
idea.
that right now, because
Yeah,
Japan,
it's very much a case to pick your poison.
right? Like he's
That's-
Japanese, he's
that's-
born and raised over there,
Yeah.
and is the
It's-
tank? Hello? The tank was having a problem there.
The brain cells were coming online. Yep.
The Japan, they're fine.
Whoa.
The problem that they have mainly is like they have you know, their work related culture is pretty bad, which I can feel.
Yeah. The word culture.
It's very work heavy over there, I believe.
But like right now, if you were Japanese and you came to America, you might end up like getting in the middle of a political controversy that you don't need to be in. Because I've been in too
Doesn't
many.
have. It's just that's every single country, to be honest. If you were to go over there, it's not just Japan.
Yeah.
Then-
Because if it was the same
Yeah.
situation with me and Toddy, I would much rather want to find a way for her to become the me than vice versa.
Right. And that's the thing. Actually, Techno, probably don't know her, but she was offering like a spot in Germany for me when like things were going like completely down the tube for me. She was just like, yeah, just come over to Germany. I was like, you know what? I might actually take you up on that offer. Because I mean, Germany's not doing so. I mean, it's not bad. It's probably doing better than what's going on over here.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. I've had heard stories about Germany kind of cracking down on people who even had an opinion.
Yeah.
Like, is it
Like
the social?
if you know how
opinion?
if you know how UK has been really going downhill with that kind of stuff, yeah, I think Germany might be taking that same route as well.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
It's like if you even have as much of a political opinion, they go after you.
How did I get hit? What is my ping?
I don't know.
I walked out of that too, so I don't.
Not entirely.
Yeah, it looked like you were still slightly on the edge of it. As
Still
it,
on the edge. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you got like pixel perfect.
Brand.
It's like
You know-
old school Titan style.
Yeah.
You know, I always get one of the things I always get over here as an American now, instead of like, you might
Sync
think,
Weaver is now live.
oh, thanks,
Streaming
Element,
Final
you are
Fantasy XIV
amazing.
online.
Oh, hey,
for
yeah,
doing
there's,
Restart.
there's the message.
Learning to
there's the
Astrologian,
message.
looking at indie games later.
Never would have guessed that the stream was on.
Instead of shirked the wrong person, I was trying to kill the Picto, so he shirked me.
Well, that's a lot of mallets.
He tried to shirk me, or he tried to shirk the Picto. I don't know why he tried to shirk the Picto.
Why did you short to begin with?
I guess they're friends. They probably know each other.
I don't know. I had the
You
Dark Knight recently that would always use Dark on me. I was like, you're aware that's not something you need to use all the time, and it's barely gonna do anything, right?
But what was I gonna
Like,
say?
oh, I'm sorry. You wanted? It's like, oh, you're gonna be shirking me? Okay, I'll provoke.
I was just confused because the Dark Knight was like, oh, I'm running on Sage, and then he just kept shirking me out of nowhere. I was like, what?
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, I'm not experiencing racism over here. Like, you probably hear stories of like people saying, oh, everything's racist. That's not true. What's actually going on over here is overly like trying to, now it's like more apologetic. People see everything as racist over here now, but
It's probably more because you mostly hear the vocal minority do that stuff.
right. So there really isn't like racism has been shunned in the U.S. like everywhere. So what they're really experiencing is like the smallest little like misunderstanding, and they say it's racist. And what I'm getting, at least in my part, is a lot of people like being overly apologetic and trying to like stick up for me for no reason. Like, it's kind of annoying. They're just like, but you know, it's
tell them to grow up.
it's like, what do you think you, there was like one person, he probably didn't mean anything racist about it. He was just like, I'm just thinking about you people. And I'm like, you people? Excuse me?
Yeah.
And he was just like,
That's a weird way of putting it.
well, that's basically the explanation
I'm
to
gonna-
everybody. They're thinking about us people.
Yeah.
Just that,
My guess
It
is he
doesn't
tried
sit
to find the right
right
word
here
for it, but
like
couldn't.
What? I mean,
But I'm just making this. Don't think so hard about it.
that's the thing.
We're people.
Well, that's the thing.
Doesn't matter
People
what you are.
are so overly correcting themselves to the point where it's like they make a complete 180, or at the very least they're doing it like a 360 and trying not to be as racist as possible. They're trying to be as like
720.
Yeah, they're trying to be completely politically correct to the point where it's just, I don't need you to fight my fights. kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're overthinking it.
Yes, exactly. It's like
It's just at the end of the day, just realize that we're just human beings, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your color is. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. It doesn't matter.
that's
Yeah, that doesn't matter what you have
human
between your
beings at the end
legs.
of the
Doesn't
day.
matter if your skin's more brown than the other. That you're a person.
right. And
To me, you're a person.
Hey,
Doesn't matter.
you don't see you don't see you don't see us in the wildlife overthinking themselves about it either. So why should we?
Yeah.
And it's like to the point where we have things going on in the video game industry, right? Where they're trying to make games that has a bunch of representation.
And it's gotta just fall
And they don't even
apart.
like games.
Right. They don't like games. They're just doing it to send a message through. And
Yeah.
They're just invading.
like the
And then when we try to speak up about it, then all of a sudden they act like they're the ones being invaded. No, you invade us.
Yeah.
like
and then
personally, I
after
don't
that,
mind
we
them
get
being
all
here.
bigoted
It's
and
like
all that.
I would invite anybody to come in and make a video game, but the problem is that they're
Do it right.
not doing it for the sake of making a video game because they have
I'm
passion
doing it to
for it.
push their agenda.
Have an ideal, trying to spread it, and
Yep.
the problem is that gamers usually are kind of immune to that, so that's why they feel surrounded by like a whole bunch of bigots.
They're kind of underestimating us with that.
Oh,
Because
much so.
when it comes to this, when it comes to that stuff, we pick that shit up really quick.
Yeah.
the thing is that
It's
it's
like we've been doing this our entire life. You really think we won't notice an anomaly when there is one?
I think
Yeah.
what they're like missing out on is the fact that gamers are more worldly than like the common person. Because we play video games from all over the world, and then we get really interested into it, and then we're just like,
Yeah.
I want to know who this game designer or director or producer or the musician or the the cartoonist or whatever, right? Everybody.
this
Video
freaking
games
legend.
are more diverse than they think it is.
Yeah.
They're just being idiots about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just look at 12.
Right. Like, it's weird.
It's like, how many people see Fran as their favorite?
Good question. I don't particularly care about her. Don't dislike her, but I just don't really care about the character as a whole.
So glad he's a paladin.
I know Dottie freaking loves her.
Yeah, like I can understand why people love the character. She's a decent character. It's just not
Okay, when
my
you say
type of
Fran,
character.
Yeah.
who are you talking about?
Who else?
I mean, I know there's a lot of friends in fiction for me. That's why I'm asking.
He
We're playing
mentioned-
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, he mentioned FF12 earlier.
So there. Okay, so you mentioned it. Okay, I missed that. My fault.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Sorry.
we're talking about the Vieira friend.
I mean, I don't think anybody would be. I mean, she's a bunny woman, so
That is already taking a few switches for a few people.
Most likely.
I understand bunny. Like the fact that bunny person existing is like, someone's deep desire there.
We are
What do you think
talking
flavors?
about one of the race that was the most requested in 14. So
Yep.
Truth.
yeah,
Gotta thank Fran for that one.
it'd be what it'd be.
That's the funniest thing, also, because in Stormblood, that was absolutely teased.
Yeah, she just showed up.
Yep. It's like,
After
oh shit.
we had a few things that would hint at a possible Vieira release, Tsukuyomi being one of them. She just straight up had bunny ears.
I don't know if that
Yeah,
was too much of a
I
hint.
probably say that's a bit of a stretch, though.
Yeah, but just that was something that a lot of people used as a foreshadow, and kind of when we saw
Nah.
that Ron was right there, it was like, oh yeah, that makes a bit more sense. But yeah, just
Nah,
them
I think
adding
Tsukuyomi was
Ron
more
to
like,
the-
because that was a deity.
Yeah,
Although, funny thing is, Tsukuyomi's actually male.
Yeah, Tsukuyomi is actually a guy.
Just
Same
kinda
thing for
funny,
Shiva.
Yep.
which is also funny.
Tsukuyomi is Amaterasu's brother, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Funny how Smite kind
brother
of
husband.
taught me a few things
Yeah.
here and there.
I
And
have to correct.
Tsukuyomi
I
is
have to correct.
also-
I have to correct you a little bit. Brother husband.
Yeah, that is true.
That kind of makes it worse.
A little bit, but hey. It's gods we're talking about. They're,
Yeah, I mean it's gods, so it's like
yeah.
yeah, they went around places, to say the least. Slowly looks at Zeus.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say.
Places.
I was about to say, yeah, we're looking at you, Zeusy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Zeus.
So the Pictomancer is friends with the paladin.
Yeah, I figured as much.
You figured, yeah. It's like, yeah, we know certain relations, certain things went kind of a couple of ways. Yeah, looking at you, like Hades in particular, looking at you, Zeusy.
Yeah. If you want to talk about gods going places, Zeus is the perfect example of that. He partied around.
He literally fucked around.
He literally did.
Yep. He
Titans,
just
God.
fucked
And there
around.
goes the stream again.
Yeah, same.
Oh, there goes the
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
stream's let
I
down.
mean, well, since the stream is off right now, he did stick his dick in death.
He did indeed. Okay, I think it was just a hiccup because the stream is back up now.
Yeah, I know what's happening.
God damn it, bot!
Yep, there's the thing again.
Get me mallet for real this time.
And yeah, when it comes to Deadpool, we're also talking about the guy that constantly breaks the fort wall. So yeah, he's going places. Yeah, I'll be right back real quick.
It's like more so than the mask. Okay, you know what, bot? It's about time you shut up. I'm pretty sure Toddy's also like, what the hell's going on?
You can always pop on over.
Yeah, she's still at work for about half an hour.
Please don't get off the table.
Speaking of, I gotta, yeah, because I gotta check as well a couple things here.
Get back on. Off the table. Gosh. It's like these kids. It's like I have kids.
Yeah, basically it's like fur babies. I think your fur baby's over there.
Give him.
That's their answers before they're expunged from existence.
Cats. Oh.
Sync Weaver is now live. Streaming Final Fantasy XIV online.
Thank you,
Restart.
Streamlabs.
Learning
I
to
will
Astrologian
have the
looking
time
at
and
indie games
tranquility
later.
I require. Gust and gale, gather to me.
Is he alive? Really? Are you absolutely sure about that?
Ancient wrath, unleash
You
your
100%
power.
absolutely sure?
I just hope
Let me
nothing
refresh the
happens.
button. Okay, he is.
Pierce my foe.
Just hope nothing
okay,
else. I need to get my own internet. Have to pay for it.
Stars on high.
This is almost as bad as Shade Stream at this point.
Huh?
This is almost as bad as Shade Stream because he I don't even know what the hell's going on with his connection, but it just there's just something going on over there, and he can just lose. Well, a friend of mine's because his connection something just flat out drops,
Oh.
and they have no idea why.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the time where my net would like to drop for like half a second, and we thought it was the router that was having issues. Turns out it was my internet cable. Seems like at time it would decide that nah, the connection just doesn't go through it anymore for a split second. And knowing Final, as soon as your internet just dips for a second, it's just like, yeah, nah, get kicked.
Surge is one.
That was fun.
Yeah, that would be the case with me for PSO. For 14, if it just dips for just a tiny second, unless my VPN does something stupid, then it doesn't, but...
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
really had those issues since, for a little bit. I know that early Endwalker, it seemed to still be the case. Because I was getting dropped for...
What is happening here?
What?
A big old Compiat. Why did he dash in the wall?
Did he get knocked back into it?
Not sure. And there goes the samurai.
Dancing wings. Pierce my foe.
I really wish I had an answer as to what is going on. The only thing I have in mind is the circus theme.
Spooky Town.
Oh boy.
Nah, we're a Skull. We're an Astro. We'll just play Monster Reborn. There we go. He's back up again.
I know that. Oh shit! I forgot something. I'm right back.
Oh, crystal cards actually from
Stars on high. Fall is rain. Even when transformed, but I am not finished yet.
But yeah, God, if those people are struggling in Katisas, I don't want to see them in Spooky Town.
Yeah.
That one's a real eye-opener.
I'd probably still say Alexandria is, but yeah.
And they're both pretty
I
big
guess the first
eye-openers.
boss.
Do I even
It's
come?
just that. It's just that in Alexandria's case, you have to do it in the story.
Yeah, whereas Spooky Town, that's just faulty hitboxes.
Yep.
Okay, I know what's
And sometimes the Ash is saying, fuck you, I'm not gonna run forward, I'm gonna beeline straight to you. Oh, you were right next to me? Okay, 180, whoop! Got
Hey,
you,
how's it going? I got the ankles. God.
out off the table.
I can't wait for that one to be removed from the expert
What?
roulette.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a case of I hate it. It's just the broken
It's just
hitboxes
nothing.
get on my nerve, and it just makes my
it's
daily
not-
run unfun.
Yeah, it's either broken hitboxes or there's way too many of them to accommodate for it.
Yeah.
And sometimes their behavior can be really unpredictable.
Yeah, extremely unpredictable.
Because you would think they would run a straight line. No, well, they kind of do, but
They will curve.
they've all been like, yeah, I'm just gonna, shift my angle a little bit and then do a straight line.
Yeah.
Right where you are.
Yeah.
Oh look, that much experience. Okay,
It's just a
Might as well
sliver
do a
again.
fate.
a little midget.
If you're one level away from the next dungeon, might as well just do a fate.
Yeah, I'm trying to fate though, or I can do a hunt.
You just grab your hunt from the board and do it quick.
That'll roulette.
If you haven't done them already.
Supersonic race.
Yeah, I still
Oh
gotta.
yeah, just saw a name at the bottom. I have the stream muted because I don't want it to.
We don't want to hear ourselves in stereo.
Yeah.
Well, it's that and my mic has a tendency of catching voices, so it might just triple down the voices on the the thing.
I'm already hearing my own voice once when I talk. I think that's more than enough torture.
Yep. Well, that's why I have the stream muted. Anyway, it's not like I need the sound on it since we're all in Discord.
I was watching this. I was watching this video singer listening to video game music, and he listened to like a Sonic R, like the Sunshine one. 5.
Oh, the first race.
Right. And
You mentioned that, and the only person that comes to mind for me is Marco Meatball.
yes, it's more.
I guess that's the one.
Yo, and he was just like, "This is amazing. Why haven't I heard any of these Sonic songs before? I don't get it." And I'm just like, "Is this your first time listening to it?" It's like he knows like 3 music from the classic, right? Green Hill Zone
Yeah.
and stuff, and Chemical Plant. But he never
I
listened.
know
to
the time, I know the time he listens to stuff that his viewers recommend
would-
them.
He would fail the quizzes I posted.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, on that one last video that Sync was doing, the number 29 was bullshit. that was actually fake.
I don't
That was the
remember.
Game Gear one that was like orchestrated or like so.
That was remix.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that-
Even
I
then,
don't-
even then, it must have been the Game Gear one because I played the Master System Sonic Chaos. That song that was being shown on that video, I do not recognize that a bit. And there are a few differences between the Game Gear music and the Master System because they do differ. They do use different themes.
No, I was gonna
Like-
say it's probably a case of like they use different things thanks to
Yeah. Like the
The
second
different
stage
parts
on
in the
the Game Gear is different than from the Master System. Like way different. Like if you would put those two together, what was that called again? Let's see here.
But sometimes it's also
H2.
because of the what's in the console that the quality changes.
Probably.
So it might have been a bit of that caused the versions to be different.
No, not a fandom. No, not fandom. Fuck fandom. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that website can go.
Way
can
too
go on a
anime-tested.
All the bullshit that they've pulled lately. Actually, they've been pulling a lot of bullshit for a long time now.
Oh, right, Gigalopolis, so that's what it was.
Okay.
And well, I guess when it comes to wiki, I've also gotten a distaste for Extra Life because a lot of their information turns out to be wrong, and they never fix it. They only cover games when they're popular.
Of course.
Sucks. A good example of their wiki having weird information is their Elden Ring and Dark Souls wiki.
Yeah, because I tried to look up the music for that stage, and then I hear the Game Gear music, and I was like, wait, what the fuck is this? This isn't the Gigalopolis Zone. Apparently it is on the Game Gear, so what?
It'd be like that sometimes, I guess.
Oh, there's an advantage of being me.
Version differences!
Gotta make sure that it reverbs as much as possible.
It's not even halfway.
Yeah, I figured. It would have been much more than that if it was higher than that.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, the cats are about to go to bed. That's it.
Holy shit.
So you'll finally be free from their annoyance.
So we have this thing where we separate them, the mesh gate, and every night they try to climb on top of the mesh gate to get through it. Because the old one
they'll
had
do
like
that,
a hole in it. There's like a hole in the last one because I kicked it. But they try to do it like all the time, and honestly, it gets kind of funny seeing them like climb the thing up, hoping they can get through it. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll be like, why is this thing in the way?
Like let me in.
Yeah, cats will do that.
Let me in. No. Please let me in. No.
Let me out?
Nice try.
Think about it.
Let me think about it.
You're
Still
already
no.
out.
Let me out?
Still no. Yeah, no, after having dealt with 20 cats in the household, I'm very familiar with how cats are.
You know, looking at the scenario here and like here. Alaman Garden did a lot of damage.
Yes. Yes, he did.
I want to know what that battle looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Echo, why aren't you showing us that?
See what that battle... Like, the freaking huge claw in the background back there. I'm just like, how did he do that? He hardly hit me.
Wait, was he even in 11? I don't think so, right?
Belmgarde? I don't know. Belmgarde is supposed to be a South American name, and it's based off of a legend.
I know Garol Jaja was in 11, but that's about it.
Jaja is an 11.
Yeah.
It's like... Let's die. Oh man. Must have picked the wrong fight here. They're level 93.
It's doable.
If I keep up my heals.
Only really see that he was in
And your Chocobo.
6.
No, I'm playing hardcore RuneScape.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think the only other Final Fantasy game was in this. I think that's 6. I always fuck up the Roman numbers. It's VI.
That's 6, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only other game he was in, from what I can find. Well, if you don't include 14, since he just got added.
Stop me. Yep.
It's just funny how I actually, after all the story with Dawn Trail and the Mamul Jaw, I couldn't help but keep thinking, like, wait, haven't we seen the two-headed one before? And we did.
Yeah, in one of the Realm-Reborn dungeons.
Yeah, Wanderer's Palace, hard.
Yeah.
The one that got
it's
stabbed to
final
death by the
boss.
stabby motherfucker.
Yep.
Yep. It's the final boss. That when you defeat him, he gets stabbed by a lot of tiny shits.
To this day, it's one of the most unique endings for a dungeon because you don't celebrate or you don't get sad or anything. You just step.
You
back.
want?
You step back. You're like,
You wanted to celebrate, and then all of a sudden, all this time, it's like payback, bitch.
like And then the music
see
still
your
goes
character
on too.
look in Confusion. Like, the character just looks at it in confusion.
They're like,
Yeah, we'll just let this
they're like, whoa.
I'm not sure I want to be here anymore.
I think at that point, I could actually do.
Yeah. Yeah. You just hear the duck when they start stabbing it. But before that one, the only real difference that you had is that in some end of dungeons, your character does not celebrate.
Yeah, there was one in Tam Tower Hard.
Yeah, where
'Cause you
instead of
actually felt
celebrating,
sorry for
your
Anna.
character actually looks sad.
Like, well, that was like all of it's like all of Shadowbringers, where the character looks sad because each and
Yeah, they
every
just had
Sin Eater you defeated was an actual person.
Yeah. It's just it was also used in the hard version of Pandora. Because in that case, there is actual lore implication as to why your character would not be happy about what happens.
So happy with
Yeah,
any of
because
this.
you saw her before back when you were level 15 or so.
Yeah,
And you just got rid of Sastasha.
Yeah.
And then she
Like,
comes
in this
back and
case-
tells us it's dead.
Yeah, in this case, it's pretty much the reasoning behind your character not being, like, if your character being sad is because, well, that someone I was looking up to you and it turned into that.
So glad we are
And then
here
turns complete yandere.
because now
Tree nuts.
I guess I could stuff.
Yep.
If you don't already have the gear, might as well, yeah.
No, wait, you have to go back to, what's it called again? Yeah, Razahan, there we go.
Oh no! I just
What's up?
Because 660 stuff. I have to get a ton of points.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And in my case, I would also have to get the Manderville weapon.
Rate was in the same boat, but he ended up just grabbing graphic gear.
I'd rather, because like later on I'll probably keep all the 660 stuff, which is the reason why we updated Glamour Dresser.
Meanwhile, me that barely uses it.
How about a glamour dresser in our house, for fuck's sake, finally?
Yes, that's been teased since it got released, and we never got it.
Boy, I can smack you with my overflowing glamour dresser.
A lot of people would just eat that shit.
Performing actions that consume lilies will also nourish the blood lilies. The blood lilies will bloom after consuming 3 lilies.
And blood for the blood lily.
Yeah, you know, he goes, blood for the blood lily!
Yes.
Allowing the execution of misery. Jeez, it's like white mages are just like behind that smile. The actual murder.
It's just that one mask of a smiling guy behind an absolute psychopath as the face. They just wear a mask to hide their craziness.
Guess I have to learn how to use White Mage. They're supposed to be more potent in. Also, have holy.
It's like Astro, but just don't worry about the course. Just heal it. Fuck.
Just heal.
White
What?
Mage's
Just
not
heal.
really
Just
hard.
keep healing.
You know, White Mage's not really hard to play. At a certain point, it's basically just a case of you do damage until you need to use your flattest spells.
Yeah, it's just keep healing everyone up like hell, like it's nobody's business. Are they all full? Time to become a glare mace, motherfucker.
Put benediction as number because it's like if somebody is like dying, it's like benediction.
Yeah.
In my case, Benny, if I remember correctly,
It doesn't even have a number. It just restores all targets' health. It's just like
Yeah. It gives no fuck about the number. It's just like, yeah, you're at 1 HP, now you're at 100%, bitch.
Yeah, it does the complete opposite of what the PvP Samurai does.
Yeah. Samurai gets you from 100 to 0.
If he counters.
Yeah.
time to do the.
Because that's apparently what I've learned as well, because their little mini shield is a catalyst for that.
Yeah.
So now I'm just looking at, okay, is this a samurai? Okay, is this shield up? Okay.
Back when people were doing Crystalline Conflict, just because it was the new flavor of the mod, you'd see like a bajillion montage of just samurai going apeshit and ninjas.
And they still do.
I think it was ninja that had a reset if it killed with its LB. Is it?
Oh, reminds me of a certain League of Legends champion. Ugh.
The only one I can think of with that is Darius and holy.
No,
And
Katarina.
Oh yeah, Katarina too. Oh god. One isn't just a massive fucker that just does not want to die, and he gets to reset his ult if he kills you, and the other one is just have fun trying to hit her.
That's in the mirror.
Oh, and yeah, there's just Brenda's like, yeah, no, you're about to kill me. Nah, I win. He just has
Although
an
now
I
they
win
apparently have a
button.
champion that's absolutely going to be broken.
I mean, that's pretty
It's like
much.
they
always
were destroying the mobility meta at that point.
Yeah. Like, they always release something that just completely throws the game upside down.
Unless it's karma.
I don't even think I want to talk about that. And then there's
Nobody
also
does.
Zillion that kinda just does his own things. And yet he never gets touched because apparently no one plays him. But when someone does, everyone in the game just gets annoyed.
Nah, I just usually go with either Nasus or Udyr.
Yeah.
Udyr asking, oh, you want to try and get away from me? Yeah, tough shit.
Ain't that a nice suggestion?
Or
Dear, someone
Nasus
running
asking,
away from
okay,
him,
okay, did I live long enough? Okay, time to pimp cane people.
Yeah, very much. Like, you have to babysit his lane, otherwise he just face rolls the entire game.
Yep.
That's just the kind of champion he is. If he's in the team, then that's one man down for the other team. Because someone has to babysit his ass. Otherwise, the game's just over.
You better learn how to finish
They're in bed.
quick.
Yeah.
They are now in bed.
Oh. It's also a case that if you have an Asus, then you basically are running against the clock.
Yep.
Because even if you babysit, you can't prevent it, you're just slowing it down.
Oh, okay. So I did a smart and put related spells in the same place as all of them. Yes. Okay.
That's what I usually do, yeah.
That's good. I'm good. I'm glad I did that. I think it's-
In my case, most of the time, my spells are all over the place, but it's because I have keybind almost everyone on my keyboard.
Got keybinds and
just-
keybinds.
Yeah. It's pretty much a case, like, of the keybind for my regen is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in my bar, but it's always the same key. It's R.
I think my basic heal is always Alt2.
All right, so I'm trying. Just next, but let's get his gear.
That's an old one, yeah.
To get gear. All is said and done, I am going to basically decent or sell all the old gear, and except for maybe the crippler. Yeah, except for I like the crypt, but I'll get
Man's gonna do the one thing I did as soon as I got all the job of a certain role, max level, which is look at the bag, everything for them, yeet.
rid of all of it.
Yep. Like I had to get rid of all of that. And boy, was I glad when I finished like 2 or 3 rolls, so I could finally have space. Ugh.
Yep.
Because in my case, it's also a bit worse because I do keep some of the gear on me for glamour. For when, for example, I get a piece of gear in the dungeon, so I can immediately just glam it to my outfit.
And then all of a sudden, Blue Mage is a thing, cannot get to 100, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, you're forced
Still
to
gotta
keep
keep
a
a
lower
magic
level.
set for you. Like, do I really still
Yeah.
have to keep a magic set for your bitch ass? You know, with a weapon that doesn't have any kind of damage whatsoever? Okay.
I consider just getting rid of the thing and never bothering with Blue Mage anymore.
I
Ugh.
actually had to because of the card mounts.
Yeah,
Plus, I still gotta get the marble. Somehow.
right. I'm just not willing to go through that pain.
Let's see what I have here.
Ugh.
Huh.
I don't even think I got it to the new max level ever since they increased it.
I think Repose is there because I think Repose was originally a white ability.
Yeah.
The sleep, yeah, it originally was only white mage, but it was put into a roll action. I remember when they had the bubble that push.
Who still remembers Protect?
Oh God! I wish I didn't remember.
Stone Skin.
Like, yes, the one spell that you had to use every time because it was small, but it was around a 3% damage reduction.
Plus, you couldn't use it during battle anyway, at least not Stone Skin 2.
Oh, God, fuck. I'm glad that one was replaced with the shields we have now.
Yeah.
At this point, I think Scholar is the only one that still live in the past with having to cast their shields instead of being an instant cast. Ugh.
There is still one skill that I miss as a paladin, and every single other paladin will most likely disagree. Flash.
The blind was useful.
Didn't do
Yep.
damage, but it did.
That blind, man, that was really useful.
The blind was useful because you'd see a lot of misses.
Yeah.
It was a lot more useful than people gave it credit for. Same with Dark Passenger.
Yeah, Dark Passenger was fun.
It was Dark Art, Dark
Was that one
Passenger in the group of enemies, and then they would get blinded, and you're just like, yep, nope, I'm good. I have a feeling that the Dark Passenger blind might have been a bit more potent than the one from Slash, because I felt like I was seeing more misses, but it's probably just random luck.
I don't know. Dark Knight back in the day when I was tanking dead, if I was low health, I would do the exact same thing as what warriors currently are doing.
Yeah.
Dark Arts Abyssal Drain.
Yep. Those were the good old days.
The good old days of actually being.
And that warrior took your
Being the
When
tank of tanks.
Dark
Disney.
actually had an identity.
Yo, that's where you can actually say the warrior took your job.
Yes.
really did.
Yeah.
They did took your job.
Because War had bloodbath before, but it was not to this extent.
It wasn't that. It was useful, but not very effective. And now
Yeah.
Bloodbath is a melee DPS.
Yeah.
This one later. I'm gonna probably
Like,
head out.
Alright.